Global TV News Prime. We'll take a quick break now on the news, but we'll walk you through the big stories.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android.
Tonight on Global TV News Prime, President Tinubu promises to unlock potential of Nigerian states. In business, Tinubu commissions newly constructed collector road in Abuja. On the foreign scene, India Air says one engine on crashed plane Neo. And in sports, Flying Eagles to participate in the inaugural raffle beyond the 20 Cup of Nations. Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV News Prime, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Abumofobe, reminding all of our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 247 broadcast. Let's begin tonight by telling you Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu says his administration will unlock the potential of every state across the country. The president made this statement as he embarked on a one-day working visit to Kaduna State. He said the move is to enable all the states in the country serve their people conveniently and with effectiveness. Elsewhere, President Bola Tinubu has set up a committee to help restore sustainable peace to Benue State following last Friday's massacre in the Wata community in Guma local government area of Benue State, which saw around 200 people killed. Members of the peace committee selected by the president include former military governor of Benue State, retired General Ato Bara, Senator George Akume, Senator Gabriel Suswam, and Samuel Otom, all of whom are former Benue State governors. Tinubu urged Governor Abia to champion the activities of the Peace Committee, which also includes federal officials and non-indigenous living in the state. In the military development, President Bola Tinubu has directed security agencies to take decisive action against criminal elements responsible for the ongoing attacks in the state. Our correspondent Felicity Nderi now reports from Makodi.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu arrived Benue State days after the latest attacks on the state by insurgents. Then he proceeded to the Benue State University Teaching Hospital for a brief stopover where he met with victims of the recent attacks. President Tinubu emphasized his administration resolve to tackle security crises head-on and calls for the formation of a peace committee and pledged full support for Benue State government's effort to restore peace.
I expect there should be arrest of those criminals. Christopher, I know you can't be tired of staying in the bush and Oloyede and Basha. Thank all of you, but we need to keep our ears to the ground. Let's get those criminals. Let's get them out.
Governor Hyacinth earlier thanked the president for visiting and called for the creation of a community support fund to assist displaced persons. He also renewed the call for the establishment of state police to strengthen internal security.
The federal government considered establishing a special intervention fund for communities affected by these incessant attacks in Benue State.
For the paramount ruler of the Key Nation, Professor James Ayase, the violence in Benue is not merely a case of farmer-herders clashes, but a well-orchestrated effort, and he appealed to the president to end what he described as genocide and reaffirmed the loyalty and support of the T nation to the federal government.
Remain tolerant, negotiate for peace, learn to live with your neighbors. What we are dealing with here in Benue is a calculated, well-planned, full-scale genocidal invasion and land-grabbing campaign.
As the president concludes his visit, stakeholders stress the need for sincere dialogue and practical steps, not political rhetoric, to halt the continued killings and displacement in Benue communities. In Makudi, Felicity Mbere, Global TV News.
Felicity Mbere, thank you for your reporting tonight. Presidential candidates of the Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, has lambasted President Bola Tinubu for turning his condolence visit to Benue State into a fanfare. In a post on his X handle, the former Anambra State governor frowned at the president's choice of Agbada attire and the atmosphere that trailed his visit to the state, noting that such fanfare contradicts the gravity of the tragedies that struck Benue and Niger states. Obi maintained that the president should have appeared in mourning clothes rather than adorn himself in his usual Agbada regalia, given the situation of things on the ground. Benue State Coordinator of National Youth Service Corps (NYSC), Veronica Garaba, says corps members in the crisis areas have been evacuated into family houses across Makurdi, the state's capital. The coordinator says as soon as they heard about the crisis, management communicated with the police, who evacuated the corps members from both Yerwata and Daudu areas. Gaba further noted that the corps members were instantly settled at their family houses, including offices of the Nigeria Corpus Christian Fellowship, National Association of Catholic Corps Members, and Muslim Corpus Association of Nigeria. Anambra State government has given a directive for residents of the state to repaint their buildings to enhance the aesthetics of the state. A press release by the Commissioner for Environment, Felix Odunogu, says residents of the state who fail to do so by July 1 would face sanctions. The release informed that this initiative forms part of Governor Soludo's broader vision to transform Anambra into a smart, modern mega city where visual order, environmental responsibility, and livability go hand in hand. Quite radically innovative, you probably want to say, but let's turn to other stories for you tonight. Wife of Abia State Governor Priscilla Oti says the state will continue to protect the right of widows and vulnerable women to inherit landed property in order to enable them be strong economically, which will further enhance their standard of living. The governor's wife spoke during an event to mark the 2025 International Widows' Day in Umuahia, the state's capital. Abia State First Lady, who was represented by the wife of the Deputy Governor, Adeze Emetu, says the theme of this year's celebration, Beyond Reason, Rebuilding Lives, Strengthening Communities and Challenging Stigma, was timely as it sought to address the numerous economic and social problems which can erode the dignity and potential of many widows. The Gaya Emirate Council of Kano State has withdrawn the traditional title of Waziri Gaya from a former secretary to the state government and chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, Alhaji Usman Alhaji. Usman Alhaji had served as the secretary to Kano State government in former Governor Abdullahi Gandiji's administration. Although the Emirates did not give a specific reason for the decision, the move comes days after the former secretary to the state government, under the banner of the APC Patriotic Volunteers, accused Governor Abba Yusuf's new Nigeria People's-led Party administration of lacking direction, competence, and clear policy initiatives. And also more politics tonight. A former Vice President, Namadi Sambo, has officially decamped from the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressives Congress (APC). Sambo served as the Vice President of Nigeria from 19 May 2010 to 29 May 2015 in the government of former President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. Having served as Governor of Kaduna State from 2007 to 2010, Architect Sambo became the latest high-profile politician to dump the PDP for the APC in the build-up to the 2027 general elections. The Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja has granted the senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, bail in the sum of 50 million naira, and one surety who must be a person of reasonable integrity, resident in the Federal Capital Territory, and owns a landed property within the Abuja Municipal Area Council. The Nigerian Senate has The Nigerian Senate has vowed to closely monitor the disbursements and implementation of the 1.48 trillion naira budget submitted by the sole administrator of River State, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, as part of its oversight responsibility under the current emergency rule in the state. Speaking during a budget defense session at the National Assembly, the chairman of the Senate Adult Committee on the Oversight of Emergency Governance in Rivers, Senator Okpeyemi Bamidele, assured Nigerians that the legislature will ensure that every naira allocated in the 2025 appropriation bill delivers tangible results. The Nigerian Air Force, operating under Operation Hardin K, has destroyed an explosive devices factory, terrorist gun trucks, and eliminated dozens of fighters in Kwatari within the Timbuktu Triangle area of Borno State. This is contained in a statement by the Director, Public Relations and Information of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Commander Ehime Edojame in Abuja. Edojame says the airstrikes executed followed intelligence reports of terrorist activity in the area. He noted that the surveillance confirmed the presence of an IED making site and vehicles which were struck in precision passes by the Nigerian Air Force aircraft. This is Global Television and you're watching the live broadcast of News Prime tonight. When the rest of the news returns, governors decry World Bank's delay in LG Care's funding commitment. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please do stay with us. We appreciate you staying with us, everyone. Tonight, we turn to the second part of this news broadcast with business. President Bola Tinubu has officially commissioned the newly constructed collector road CN2 from Ateya Road N11 in Mabushi District to Judges Quarters at Kankapo District. The president, who was represented by the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Benjamin Kadu, says the commissioning marks a significant milestone in the government's efforts to revamp FCT road infrastructure and promote Abuja as a premier destination of choice. Our correspondent, Godwin Sunday, was there for Global Television.
It was a moment of jubilation and celebration at the heart of Mabuchi and Katampe district of Abuja as President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, commissioned the newly constructed CN2 and CN3 Mabushi to Katampe roads. The extensive construction, which began shortly after the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike assumed office, making it the fourth commission project in the 17 days infrastructural development project in Abuja. Witness saw in attendance top government officials, members of the diplomatic corps,